sick of love songs, I'm tired of this, and I wanna tell you straight just like it is. You're watching me like you want me, but you're still holding back, still holding back. Honestly, you're annoying me with the way that you keep playing. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless.
We are still in the month of January, meaning we are still talking all about goals. In fact, January is also National Healthy Weight Awareness Month. So before I get started with the tons of cleaning motivation that you're about to get, I wanted to introduce to you a brand called Factor. Factor provides healthy eating made simple. They provide a menu each week with dozens of delicious, nutritious meals. Each meal is cooked from scratch from real chef using fresh ingredients, and your order is delivered fresh to your door and it's never frozen along the way. Being a busy mom, having nutritious meals delivered to my door each week is actually a lifesaver. I put in an order based on my taste preferences as well as my dietary goals, and they customized an order and sent me 6 meals as well as some nutritious banana strawberry smoothies. Factor offers meat, seafood, and veggie-based dishes and preferences that include keto, calorie smart, and chef's favorite. So even though one of my New Year's goals was to try and cook a little bit more, sometimes that's just not always realistic. So Factor offers meals that are the healthier, guilt-free alternative to takeout or delivery whenever I don't have that time to cook. So I will typically drink one of those healthy smoothies during a snack time, usually around 4 o'clock. And then by dinner time, I will just pop in one of the Factor meals into the toaster oven, and within just 5 minutes, it's cooked. You can also cook them in the microwave and it's ready in just a few minutes. So if one of your New Year's resolutions was to find healthy alternatives opposed to takeout, then this is actually a great option for you. This is actually not my first time to have Factor meals. I've probably tried about 12 different meals and there isn't one that I didn't like. So if you are interested in trying out these delicious and healthy meals, then you can get $120 off your first 5 weeks of Factor meals by clicking the link below or using my code MichelleO120. I do want to thank Factor for sponsoring this video, and now we will move on to the next task, which is cleaning up this house. Now, I typically get all of my cleaning done on the weekends. I know that sometimes it's chaotic because everyone is home, but that is just when I have the most free time to get it done. I asked you guys one time in the comments to let me know when you typically get all of your cleaning done or what is your cleaning routine. I had said that I try and do it mainly on Sunday mornings, but it really just depends on the weekend. It depends what we have going on, if we're going to be home that weekend, and all of the plans that we have. Before I get to what you guys' responses are, this is like a little Grinch tree we had for Christmas. And the cool thing is you just unwrap it and then straighten it up. And then I went ahead and took it outside. And then now it can be used as a real plant instead of a Christmas decoration. But we are spending this Saturday morning doing housework. I am busy inside getting everything cleaned up, and Chris is my husband. He is busy outside getting this flower bed picked up. So a lot of the plants are dead, and he plans on taking everything out and kind of just cleaning this whole thing up. So later on in the spring, we have a clean slate to work with. So while he's doing that, I am going to head on and do the dishes. But based on most of y'all's responses, y'all either said you like to do it on the weekends, maybe on Saturdays, not necessarily always on Sundays because of church and family time. Some people said yes on Sundays because Saturdays you're busier. And then a lot of people said on Mondays when all the kids are back to school and you just can not have anyone bother you or not have anyone following you around making a mess as you're trying to clean it up. And then other people just said, I just try and get a little bit done each day. So everybody's schedule is different. It's fun to hear kind of what other people do and what works best for them, but there's no right or wrong answer. It's always just fun to hear how other people get things accomplished. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle. I'm a mom. I have 2 small toddlers. You might see them help me a little bit throughout this video. Sailor's 4, Savannah is 2.5, and then Chris, my husband, is outside working on the lawn. So the reason why I typically wait till the weekends to get a lot of stuff done is because I am working mostly from home still. Here and there I do have to go in. I do work full time. My kids do go to daycare, and my husband also works full time outside the home. By the time the weekend comes around, that's when the majority of the mess is made, whether we have company over because we do like to entertain a lot, or just because the kids it's their chance to play with all their toys and make a big mess. So that's also why I typically prefer weekends to do like mass cleaning. I do try and get stuff done throughout the week. So try to routinely do laundry. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. Try to routinely do dishes and just the general stuff. What I'm cleaning there is actually like s'more sticks. So we got those sticks from Amazon, and they expand and you can make s'mores off of them. So we did that a couple days ago, or maybe the weekend before. And as Chris was cleaning up outside, he brought them in. So here I'm starting off on a Saturday, like mid-morning, and then tomorrow I will get all of the refrigerator cleaned out. I'm going to do some grocery shopping and then try to rearrange and get that cleaned up from probably it's been like 4 or so months since I've gone through the refrigerator and done a deep clean. So once we get to that part, maybe it's been a while for you too, then you can go ahead and join me in cleaning out your fridge.
Every day I'm looking for a way to return to the time when everything was easy to learn. Don't know when it started to get so serious, building up an illusion of a world full of trust, moving on when everything's gone. It's hard to be strong. Confusion in my mind, no way to turn back time. My soul in need of remedy, don't even know the enemy. When I feel out of touch, can't seem to get enough.
For the stovetop, I just keep it simple and use Dawn dish soap and a microfiber cloth. And then for all of the countertops in the kitchen, which are granite, I use the granite jaws cleaner.
Imagination running out of steam. All I know is every time I see you, I feel insecure. I'm unable to find the words. How can I be sure? I'm holding on when everything's gone. I've gotta be strong. Confusion in my mind, no way.
So when you get started on your cleaning, when you've made the decision that you've got to get up and actually start cleaning, I know the hardest thing is to get motivated to actually get up and either pick up a spray bottle, pick up a rag, or whatever. Where is typically the first place you start? Do you start where it is the dirtiest, or do you always start in one specific area? I don't have one specific area I start in. It just depends. But what I've noticed is that the kitchen bothers me the most. So I kind of am always drawn to starting with the kitchen and like the main area before I go into like the bedrooms or the bathrooms or any other area. I see a lot of people start in their bedroom, and I've noticed that I don't. So my question is, where do you typically start? So this small table is the table that my girls eat at. If you haven't been seen any of my videos before, or have seen kind of the way our house is laid out, we have this ginormous island that looks over into the living room. But because of that, we do not have a breakfast area. So that Sailor, she loves cleaning off her little table, getting the spray and cleaning it. So she's helping me today. But we don't have a breakfast area. We have 2 bar stools on the kitchen island, and then we have the dining room that is more in the front of the house. So when the girls were younger, we didn't typically all eat together because by the time they would get home from their school at like 5 o'clock, they'd be ready to eat dinner. And Chris and I, either Chris wouldn't be home yet or I wasn't ready to eat dinner at that time. So we had set up a table there for them to eat whenever, they got home or whenever. And then Chris and I would just eat later at the bar stools on the island. Even now, our schedule is a little bit different, our eating schedule with the girls. And I always thought that we would always be a family that always ate dinner together with no distractions, no TV or anything like that. But it's all about routines, right? Until we can get into that routine of doing that, then right now, it's just not happening for us. So my dining room turned into my office and my office turned into my junk room, and the excuses go on. But eventually, I can't guarantee when, we will have a way better routine, and then hopefully we can all eat together in our dining room as a family.
I was facing all the sunlight while our feet swung freely from the bridge. You asked if I'd save you, if you were crazy enough to take a swim. I try to make you see that my shoulder is ready for you to lean on. So why do you still flee when you know that you are the one? I can tell that you've been through some kind of...
Now that the kitchen and living room are clean, I will feel less embarrassed if somebody unexpectedly stops by. But next, I am now moving on to the bedroom. And wow, we have toys and baby dolls everywhere. So I have called the girls in to come clean up all of their baby dolls and all of their toys, get them at least put on the stairs so that way we know that it's going upstairs, and then I can work on getting the room picked up. It really doesn't take that long. It looks like a disaster, but once you just get all the toys picked up, it's not that bad. Next, I'm going to make my bed. I know I don't make my bed first thing in the morning. I actually don't make my bed every day. I'm not good at it. I'm not in that routine. There we go about how routines are so important, but it's the routine that matters to you is the routine that you should set for yourself. But I do make my bed before I get laundry done. I like having the bed cleaned off. And then that way I have a clean space to fold laundry. So I had just thrown laundry completely on the bed. What I'm doing is moving that onto our dresser before I make the bed, before I pull it back onto the bed to start folding.
I can tell that you've been through some kind of heartbreak. All I ever been with you is faithful like a blind girl's dog. Every time I give you love.
So because my bed making morning routine might not be that helpful for you, that's why we have a whole community here to kind of share ideas with. So I did receive a comment saying that someone or a lot of people make their bed every day, and that on the day that you don't make your bed, that's the day that you actually wash all your sheets. So it's a reminder to you that this is sheet watching day, and that is a part of your routine, and that is an awesome suggestion that I thought I'd share with others. So while I get a couple loads of laundry folded and switched, then as we are on the topic of routines, I wanted to talk to you about morning routines. There's one thing that I've implemented in my morning routine that has really changed my day drastically, or at least I feel like it has, and I wanted to share that with you. I initially started doing this after I read Mel Robbins, or I took one of her free courses, and it was called $1 Million Morning. And then I also follow Jim Quick on Instagram, KWIK. He's kind of like a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and I listened to one of his Instagram lives, and it kind of just reiterated in a different way. And in his Instagram live, I don't know if I can link it, but if you want to go check it out, it was really, really encouraging. It's like an 8-minute video. And he says, if you want to win the day, then you have to win the first hour. Meaning, how productive can you be during the day? All starts within the first hour of when you wake up. So I'm going to summarize what he said as best I can. And he basically says that there are 3 supervillains that are robbing your day. The first thing is digital overload. The second thing is digital dementia. And the third thing is digital distractions. Now, he goes into detail about what that all means in his video. And he says that the absolute worst thing you can do first thing in the morning is pick up your phone. He goes on to say that the most successful people in the world, the top 10%, have a to-do list, but the most elite people in the world have a not to-do list. And they are very clear of the things that they will not do. And he quotes that it wastes energy and it wastes your focus. And he says that one of the things that it does is that it trains your brain to be distracted. You get addicted to opening up social media, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, everything, YouTube. And what it does is it's pulling your brain in all of these different directions. And you wonder why you can't focus. You wonder why you can't concentrate. When over time, you're rewiring your brain to be distracted. And he says the second thing that it does is rewiring your brain to be reactive. So you wake up in the morning, you open up all your emails, you open up all your social media, and what is all of that stuff? That is all other people's agenda. And how are you supposed to win the day when you're constantly worried about everyone else's agenda? So Jim Quick says when you open up your phone first thing in the morning, it puts you in this hypnosis, or it's called an alpha brain state. It's in this relaxed awareness where you're highly susceptible to all of this information. And Mel Robbins says she calls it being in like autopilot mode. And when you're in these brain states and you're highly distracted, then it pulls you away from your brain being in what's called theta state, which is the most creativity state. Or what's considered this state is when you come up with all of your brilliant ideas. So you're basically robbing your brain of productivity. And this is happening the very, very first hour of your day. So I had someone comment on my last video and say, Michelle, I absolutely love your videos. They're so motivating, but I'm going to have to take a step back for 2 months because I'm stressed and I'm distracted. So I am a big advocate of mental health, and it is something that I am so passionate about. So yes, I love for you to support and watch my videos, but at the end of the day, if you need to take a break off of social media, off of distractions, you need to focus on yourself. You do not need my permission to not watch anything on social media or watch my videos in particular. You taking the time to work on yourself certainly does not hurt my feelings. I will be here when you're ready to get back on, but you always have to do what's best for you. So jumping off topic real quick before I get back to it, as I have done tons of laundry, cleaned up the inside of the house, Chris has ripped out all of the bushes and he is like tilling the dirt. And I don't really know what that machine is, but he is also making progress outside. So the thing that has drastically improved my morning routine is not being on my phone the first hour of the day. I started doing that about a year ago, I want to say last year. And you may ask, like, how do you do that? Or how do you do that when you are in the habit of just grabbing it first thing in the morning? So the number one thing I change is to not use your phone as an alarm clock. Get a separate alarm clock and do not use it. That way you have no excuse to grab it and turn off the alarm clock. Second thing is, do not have your phone within reach of you. Do not put it on your nightstand and charge it overnight on your nightstand. I do now because I am not tempted to grab my phone, but when I was before, then I would actually charge my phone at night in the bathroom. So my actual weekday mornings go a little something like this. I wake up either through my alarm clock or just wake up, get up, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, get dressed, get my girls up, get them dressed, get them a little bit of food in the morning, and then we head off to drop them off at school. I put my phone straight in my purse without looking at it, and by that time it's been about an hour. I drop them off at school, and then the first thing I do when I open my phone is in my car is I open up my audiobook, and then I start listening to my audiobook on my way home from dropping them off, and then I get settled, I pull out my computer, and then that's when I will read my first email, and then potentially I may open up my phone for a little bit. So my mornings are already starting off in a productive state. Now, it wasn't always that way, but then next thing is I focus on the 3 things that I plan to accomplish that day. Sometimes it's cleaning and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's editing. Sometimes it is making dinner for the night. Sometimes it is just something else. I have goals set every day, and that is basically how my mornings and how my routines go. So again, that was a long stretch of talking. Hopefully that was a little bit helpful and made sense. Now I am on to Sunday. I've gone to the grocery store, and now I plan to deep clean this refrigerator, which is one of the goals that I had set for this Sunday.
Something I can never be without, yeah. I'm in your command. Thought I was a man of my own, but it's been 2 years. I'm only a shadow of the good on me now. A breeze in my ear, 'cause you know I cannot say no to you. Feeling like home, but should it be like this? Locked up in your dome, you know I fight for you. What do I do? Every time you call my name, what do I do? You're whipping me into madness. I try to lay low, but I can never stay away from you. What do I we can't stop it, so I keep on rolling in silence.
I did my first big organization of the refrigerator, I want to say about a year ago, and that's when I got all these organizing bins and tried to organize it as best as I could, get rid of a lot of the extra condiments. And this is probably the hardest space for me to keep organized. I slowly started pulling bins out because sometimes they waste space. If you need something like to put leftovers or specific containers, like Tupperware containers in, and the bins get in the way. So I've slowly started taking some bins out, but I've also kept some as well. So after about a year, my favorite thing that I did, after organizing everything, was have those refrigerator liners. They're easier to pull out and clean opposed to having to remove the whole shelf, and also the items stick better on the shelf. And then, like I mentioned already, having some of those organizing bins in there, but not having the bins take up the entire refrigerator.
We can't stop it, so I keep on rolling in silence. So I keep on rolling in silence.
So clearly some kind of liquid has spilt all over this shelf under the refrigerator shelf liner, as well as all over the shelf. So it actually stunk pretty bad. I don't know how I didn't notice that before. I know it is gross. But that is why we are here today, cleaning it all out. I also plan on taking off this shelf and rinsing that whole shelf off with soap and water. The other 2 shelves, I just got a Lysol wipe and wiped them off. That's a paper towel. I don't know why I didn't just pull it off initially and wash it. I think I was planning on not taking the shelf off, and then I was like, nope, it stinks. I got to take it out. So the other 2 shelves, I just used a Lysol wipe. I didn't take those shelves off because that's kind of the cool thing about the liners, is that you can just wash the liners instead of the whole shelf. But clearly this shelf needed a little bit of extra attention.
Maybe I should to keep rolling in silence. Stuck in the middle of coming inside and walking out. Just stay for a little. You say as you close the door behind me, look in the mirror, hearing you whisper in my ear. Say, are you a sinner or a beginner? Yeah, let's get unpredictable tonight. You and me and vodka Cola Light. And
The first drawer that I removed has 2 organizing bins in it, and this is more for like lunch meats and cheeses and then like dips. So guacamole obviously goes bad. I think that guacamole was from Christmas. I'm not gonna lie. So yes, I am dumping it out. I have no use for it, and I'm definitely not gonna eat it. So the 2 organizing bins I have, I think they are the iDesign bins. I want to say they might be pantry organizing bins, but those hold, kind of keep all of my cheeses together and all of my meats. Now I do like these bins in that drawer because I like to keep those separated. Before, I would just pile on cheese bags and like lunch meat bags and all of the different types of spreads that I use, like hummus and like dips, those guacamole dips. They would just get piled on there, and I would always only grab the things on the top. So then the things on the bottom, like the cheeses, would get so moldy, and I would leave them there for a long time. So I do like having these 2 bins in there and having them piled right side up, which I'll show you in a minute, opposed to just like laying them flat in the bin. So while I was in the process of washing bins out, I decided to just go ahead and take all of the bins out and wash all 3 of them at the same time, as well as the inside of the refrigerator while I had it all opened up, and then organize everything into those bins before I put them back.
you and me and vodka Cola Light.
So here's everything I have opened up all over the counters. And I know you're probably thinking, why did you go grocery shopping before you cleaned out your refrigerator? Because all your groceries are just sitting there. Why didn't you clean out your whole refrigerator, see what you're missing, and then go grocery shopping, right? That's the smart way to do it, not the way that I did it. However, that's how I originally planned to do it, but I wanted to get my grocery shopping out of the way first thing in the morning. And Sailor loves to go grocery shopping with me. They have these like little mini carts where kids are able to push them around. And she says that the grocery store is her favorite store. Now, hopefully when she gets older, she'll probably change her mind. But so that's the reason why we went grocery shopping first thing in the morning, and then I could come home and spend all the time I needed cleaning this out. So as you saw before, I did start loading up some of the things in the top. The top section of the refrigerator is typically my drinks. So like milk, orange juice, whatever like liquid needs to go up there. I also have my Factor smoothies up there as well. And then I'm trying to get some of this done as fast as possible so I can get all the other groceries organized.
Just know that I'm with you. Just know that I'm with you through it all. And I'm gonna be there whenever you win or if you fall. I know that we will make it through the storm, 'cause you and me been fighters.
So this week for dinner, I mainly am eating some of my Factor meals, and then we are also doing some crock pot shredded chicken. So when I went to the grocery store, I focused a lot on, or this is kind of what I generally buy. Not everything is super healthy. We do have some snacks in there for the kids, but bread, cheese, lunch meat type stuff. This is typically how I stack my cheeses, like I was mentioning before. And then also we get some breakfast food, some protein bars, fruit, different types of fruit, and we also like to make smoothies. We'll get up some ground turkey and make some taco meat. That's what the lettuce is for there. We'll make it with like little lettuce wraps. And then for my lunches, I typically like to buy those salad kits, and then I mix it with either some grilled chicken or something, or some of those like small packages of tuna.
It's tough now, but trust me, yeah, trust me. I know that we will make it through the storm, 'cause you and me been fighting.
One last thing I want to mention before I finish up here is that I am going to be relaunching my YouTube Power program. If you have ever wanted to start a YouTube channel or just wanted to get a little bit of that assistance getting started from the ground up, then I put together this program, which I'm so passionate about, and I would love to be your mentor. But if it's something you've been wanting to do this year or something you might be interested in, I put together some free training. So just click in my description box down below and you can get some of that free training and some more information on it. Okay, so this little tool is the coolest thing. It just grabs the top of the strawberry and pulls out the green stem. So they say that on a strawberry, the very part closest to the stem is actually the sweetest part of the strawberry. So if you cut it off, then you're cutting off like the sweetest part. So that little tool just kind of helps just get the stem. That way you're not wasting parts of the strawberry. I think I got that at Kroger or something a long time ago. But here is my completed refrigerator. It is nice and clean. I can finally see everything. It's organized and I can easily get to it. But I do have some super exciting stuff coming in the next couple of weeks, and I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you won't miss any of my upcoming videos.